What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into it. Alex Pereira recently shared a powerful and respectful message for his former rival Israel Adesanya ahead of Adesanya's upcoming main event clash against Joe Pyfer at UFC Fight Night Seattle. As Adesanya prepares to step back into the Octagon after a year-long hiatus, many fans were initially surprised by the matchup. However, Adesanya later clarified that he intentionally sought out a high-risk opponent to test himself immediately upon his return. The former middleweight champion is set for a demanding 5-round fight, signaling his intent to re-establish dominance in the division. In a surprising and humble gesture, Pereira took to social media and posted a clip of one of the most memorable moments in their rivalry, Adesanya knocking him out. Rather than framing it negatively, Pereira used the moment to reflect on his personal and professional growth. In his message, he expressed deep respect for Adesanya, acknowledging the intense battles they've shared and how that defeat became a turning point in his career. Pereira emphasized that the loss taught him valuable lessons, pushing him to evolve not just as a fighter, but as a person. He highlighted how adversity fueled his development, ultimately helping him reach new heights in the sport. Despite their rivalry, Pereira made it clear that he understands the dedication, sacrifice, and pressure that come with competing at the highest level. He concluded his message by wishing Adesanya success in his upcoming fight, encouraging him to stay focused and perform at his best. Pereira's closing words, "See you at the top," reflect a shared ambition and mutual respect that has replaced their once heated rivalry. This moment stands as a testament to how competition can transform into respect, showcasing the true spirit of martial arts and elite-level sportsmanship. Before we continue, please like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with all our latest content. Moving on to another news. Islam Makhachev's next fight may already be in motion following a revealing interview from his manager Ali Abdelaziz with TMZ Sports. The discussion shed light on recent rumors, including a potential showdown involving Ilia Topuria, as well as what lies ahead for the reigning lightweight champion. Addressing speculation around a possible fight at the rumored White House card, Abdelaziz clarified that while the Ultimate Fighting Championship did reach out regarding a bout with Topuria, the situation never developed into anything serious. According to him, the call came at an unusual time while Makhachev was asleep. Before the champion even had the opportunity to respond, the UFC reportedly followed up to say they were moving in a different direction. As a result, Makhachev never officially accepted or declined the offer. More notably, Abdelaziz hinted strongly at what's next. He revealed that Makhachev is now targeting a return in July and has already been offered a new fight, this time at welterweight. The bout is expected to serve as a high-stakes main event, potentially against a top contender in the division. While specific details remain under wraps, Abdelaziz suggested that the matchup is essentially agreed upon, with an official announcement likely coming soon. He also acknowledged that Makhachev has been dealing with minor injury concerns, which played a role in delaying immediate plans. However, he emphasized the champion's willingness to compete, even stating that Makhachev would have accepted a short-notice fight under the right circumstances. As an example, he mentioned a hypothetical scenario involving Justin Gaethje, suggesting that Makhachev would have stepped in regardless of his physical condition. All signs now point toward a major summer return, with Makhachev potentially moving up a division in pursuit of further dominance and legacy-defining opportunities. Moving on to another news. Gian Silva has made a bold and career-defining statement ahead of a potential clash with Alexander Volkanovski, declaring that he is willing to leave the Ultimate Fighting Championship if he loses to the former featherweight champion. The rising contender recently shared his thoughts during an interview with Ariel Helwani, where he expressed frustration over not yet receiving a title shot. Silva believes he has done enough to earn a high-profile opportunity, but also acknowledged that other contenders, particularly Movsar Evloev, are being strongly considered as the next challenger. Many analysts agree that Evloev has positioned himself as the #1 contender, especially following his recent victory over Lerone Murphy. Despite the uncertainty surrounding matchmaking, Silva did not hold back when discussing Volkanovski. He suggested that the former champion may be reluctant to face him, pointing to his aggressive striking style as a major threat. Silva emphasized that he wants a true stand-up battle, highlighting his desire for an all-out striking contest rather than a tactical fight focused on grappling or control. Reflecting on his past performances, Silva mentioned his bout against Diego Lopez, noting that despite the loss, it was widely regarded as one of the most exciting fights of the year. He believes that performance alone demonstrates his ability to compete at the highest level and deliver entertaining matchups. In a dramatic statement, Silva issued a direct challenge to Volkanovski. If they fight and Volkanovski wins, he will walk away from the UFC. This level of confidence underscores Silva's belief in his striking power and fighting style. While the UFC is still expected to prioritize rankings, potentially booking backing Volkanovski against Evloev next. The possibility of a striking heavy showdown between Silva and Volkanovski remains highly intriguing. If it does materialize, it promises to be an explosive, must-watch encounter for fight fans worldwide. Moving on to another news. Francis Ngannou has spoken candidly about the ongoing situation involving Jon Jones and his relationship with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, expressing clear concern over how the organization is handling one of the sport's greatest figures. Having experienced his own disputes with the UFC, Ngannou stated that he understands the inner workings of the promotion and believes Jones' perspective on the situation. He explained that he can read between the lines, suggesting that there is more happening behind the scenes than what is publicly known. According to Ngannou, Jones has more than earned respect and fair treatment, given his long-standing career and achievements inside the Octagon. Ngannou emphasized that Jones has been competing at the highest level for over a decade, becoming a champion at a young age and building a legacy that many consider unmatched. In his view, fighters like Jones deserve not only competitive pay for their bouts, but also recognition for their overall contribution to the sport. He questioned how the UFC could publicly praise Jones as the greatest of all time, yet fail to fully support him in key moments of his career. He further pointed out the inconsistency in how Dana White has spoken about Jones over the years, frequently calling him the greatest only for tensions to arise when it comes to negotiations or major opportunities. Ngannou suggested that a potential return for a historic event such as a major showcase card could have been the perfect send-off for Jones, making the lack of agreement even more puzzling. Looking beyond Jones, Ngannou expressed broader concern for other fighters, including Tom Aspinall, implying that contract disputes and business dynamics could prevent athletes from competing altogether. He also mentioned figures like Eddie Hearn as examples of individuals who understand fighter value and leverage. Ultimately, Ngannou encouraged fighters to recognize their worth and stand up for their rights, stressing that they should not feel trapped or pressured by promotional narratives. Moving on to another news. Conor McGregor has once again captured the spotlight after seemingly confirming his long-awaited return to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Following a prolonged absence from competition, McGregor appears to be refocused and back in training, signaling a serious comeback. In a recent social media post, McGregor confirmed rumors that he will return during International Fight Week. Known for his flamboyant and often cryptic messages, he delivered a signature statement filled with confidence, bold claims, and layered references. Notably, part of his message appeared to echo a famous line from the film Casino, leading many fans to speculate that it may have been a subtle jab at Dana White regarding financial negotiations. This has sparked debate among fans and analysts, with some interpreting the message as a direct call-out demanding proper compensation, while others believe it may simply be McGregor's usual promotional style. Regardless of intent, it has undeniably added intrigue to his return. McGregor's renewed focus follows a period of personal transformation, which he has credited to a spiritual retreat experience. Since then, reports suggest he has become one of the most tested athletes on the UFC roster, reinforcing the idea that he is fully committed to making a comeback. Attention has now shifted to his potential opponents. Several names have been floated, including Max Holloway, who recently expressed interest in the matchup, and Jorge Masvidal, who has also hinted at a return to face McGregor. A trilogy bout with Nate Diaz was another popular possibility, but that option appears unlikely due to Diaz's current commits. Given McGregor's long layoff since his 2021 injury against Dustin Poirier, the UFC may opt for a more balanced matchup, rather than immediately placing him against an active, in-form contender like Holloway. As anticipation builds, one thing is certain: McGregor's return has already reignited excitement across the MMA world. Moving on to another news. Colby Covington is once again at the center of controversy, this time drawing heavy criticism from the MMA community following his recent comments about stepping away from politics. Long known for his outspoken persona and strong public support for Donald Trump, Covington revealed that he no longer wishes to be actively involved in the political scene. In a recent interview, Covington admitted that his perspective has shifted. While he still expressed admiration for Trump, he described politics as a dirty game where loyalty often goes unrewarded. He shared that he once had ambitions of entering politics himself, even considering a future as a governor or senator. However, he now claims those aspirations are behind him, stating that he prefers to focus on business ventures and live a more peaceful life away from political drama. Despite this shift in tone, fans were quick to question the timing of his remarks. Many pointed out that Covington had reportedly pushed hard to be included on a major upcoming UFC event linked to a high-profile political setting, but was ultimately left off the card. This perceived snub led some to speculate that his decision to step away from politics may be influenced by frustration rather than genuine change. Adding fuel to the fire, Covington's rival Bo Nickel was reportedly booked for the same event, intensifying fan reactions. Social media quickly filled with harsh criticism, with many accusing Covington of building his persona around political alignment only to abandon it when it no longer benefited. Others mocked the idea that political loyalty would impact fight bookings, emphasizing that performance inside the octagon remains the deciding factor. The backlash highlights the ongoing divide between Covington's public persona and how he is perceived by fans. While some believe he may now reveal a more authentic side, others remain skeptical. As always, Covington continues to generate attention, whether through his fighting or his words. Moving on to another news. Lerone Murphy has voiced his disagreement with the outcome of his closely contested bout against Movsar Evloev at UFC London, believing he did enough to secure at least a draw, if not a victory. Following the fight, Murphy took to social media to share his perspective, stating that he felt confident he had won the opening 3 rounds, despite acknowledging how competitive the contest was. He also pointed to the point deduction in the fight, suggesting that it should have factored more significantly into the final scoring. While respectful in his assessment, Murphy made it clear that he believes the result could have reasonably gone his way or been declared a draw. Murphy credited Evloev for executing a disciplined and strategic game plan, noting that his opponent limited opportunities and controlled key moments of the fight. At the same time, Murphy admitted he could have taken more risks and created greater chaos to sway the judges. He ended his statement by expressing interest in a potential rematch, promising to return stronger and more aggressive, adding another layer to the discussion. Images surfaced after the fight showing Evloev dealing with a broken nose during his training camp, which fueled further debate among fans about the performance. Opinions remain divided. Some argue the fight was close enough to warrant a draw, especially considering the deduction, while others believe Evloev's wrestling, control time, and overall damage gave him a clear edge. The victory keeps Evloev undefeated, extending his record to 20-0 and strengthening his claim as a top contender in the featherweight division. Current champion Alexander Volkanovski reacted positively to the performance, praising Evloev's striking improvements and willingness to engage on the feet. Volkanovski also indicated that Evloev is likely next in line for a title shot, reinforcing the significance of the win despite the surrounding controversy.